And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. It's a blessing, I hated to wake up. I'm out of depression. Look at what faith does. Learning my lesson. Youth of the nation. Now I'm accepting the truth I'm ashamed of. Know my purpose, but no one is perfect. Bend to the bottom, lower than dirt is. I've been in the water, float to the surface. No matter the offer, my soul ain't for purchase. You know what the worst is? Sitting in churches, paying a preacher, cause he can interpret. Looking for Jesus, you need to keep searching. It's a bit deeper than deacons and sermons. Even a serpent, Egypt and servants. Know when you seek, just lead with discernment. See that the earth is evil and burning. People are hurting, he is returning. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. It's a blessing, I hated to wake up. I'm out of depression. Look at what faith does. Learning my lesson. Youth of the nation. Now I'm accepting the truth I'm ashamed of. Know my purpose, but no one is perfect. Bend to the bottom, lower than dirt is. I've been in the water, float to the surface. No matter the offer, my soul ain't for purchase. You know what the worst is? Sitting in churches, paying a preacher, cause he can interpret. Looking for Jesus, you need to keep searching. It's a bit deeper than deacons and sermons. Even a serpent, Egypt and servants. Know when you seek, just lead with discernment. See that the earth is evil and burning. People are hurting, he is returning. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. Life is a blessing, I hated to wake up. I'm out of depression. Look at what faith does. Learning my lesson. Youth of the nation. Now I'm accepting the truth I'm ashamed of. Knowing my purpose, but no one is perfect. Been to the bottom, lower than dirt is. I've been in the water, float to the surface. No matter the offer, my soul ain't for purchase. You know what the worst is? Sitting in churches, paying a preacher, cause he can interpret. Looking for Jesus, you need to keep searching. It's a bit deeper than deacons and sermons. Even a serpent, Egypt and servants. Know when you seek just, lead with discernment. See that the earth is evil and burning. People are hurting, he is returning. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. Life is a blessing, I hated to wake up. I'm out of depression. Look at what faith does. Learning my lesson. Youth of the nation. Now I'm accepting the truth I'm ashamed of. Knowing my purpose, but no one is perfect. Been to the bottom, lower than dirt is. I've been in the water, float to the surface. No matter the offer, my soul ain't for purchase. You know what the worst is? Sitting in churches, paying a preacher, cause he can interpret. Looking for Jesus, you need to keep searching. It's a bit deeper than deacons and sermons. Even a serpent, Egypt and servants. Know when you seek just, lead with discernment. See that the earth is evil and burning. People are hurting, he is returning. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't y'all sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show. Life is a blessing, I hated to wake up. I'm out of depression. Look at what faith does. Learning my lesson. Youth of the nation. Now I'm accepting the truth I'm ashamed of. Knowing my purpose, but no one is perfect. Been to the bottom, lower than dirt is. I've been in the water, float to the surface. No matter the offer, my soul ain't for purchase. You know what the worst is? Sitting in churches, paying a preacher, cause he can interpret. Looking for Jesus, you need to keep searching. It's a bit deeper than deacons and sermons. Even a serpent, Egypt and servants. Know when you seek just, lead with with discernment. See that the earth is evil and burning. People are hurting. He is returning. And I get down on my knees and thank God for giving me the day. Promise it won't be a waste, no. Ain't God sick of being fake? God is giving me a way. Consequence of being grateful. Her bed, it was deep in my soul. Now it's hard to feel sad when I'm reaching my goals. And I'll let you finish, wait. I'ma make them hear me say I'm there at the VMA show.
What's up, everybody? It is good to see all of you again. We are back, as the title says, which I kind of wanted that out. Oh, there. Alright. So, I have been on hiatus, kind of. I haven't been good about sharing exactly where I'm at when I am anyways. Mainly Cool Frog's channel. I've been absolutely horrible about sharing when I go on there, and usually when I do, it's near the end or afterwards, unfortunately, because that's when I remember I think about it. So I haven't been to work on that, try to get you guys when I go over there, but the goal is to be coming back sooner. This is not necessarily a great step. I didn't want to do this late, but we're here, going. I had some stuff to take care of. We're good. Anyways, I've been gone for a few months, as you guys have probably noticed. I had to figure out something. I had to figure out how I was going to go about something. And also, September and October tend to be not great months for me in general, and that kind of conflicts with the whole, or conflates the whole idea of what I was getting at. Is I got to figure out where I wanted to set up first elemental nation. I have decided on the first elemental nation. It is going to be in the desert. And that's all I'm going to preclude for right now as for the precise location and perhaps even the state as well. But it will be in the desert. And the goal is to use cannabis and hemp as a fuel to get to me where I'm going, to make my money, basically be my cash crop, and then that way I can build, well, I could build this regardless, so it'll be profit as well, but a regenerative aquaculture food forest in the desert. So I'll have ponds and grazing lanes, swales, berms, growing all sorts of different sort of native and close to native vegetables and fruits and everything like that. Have it all set up, have the business plans, so be able to grow all these animals, and you can build houses into the land a couple feet down depending on what you want to do, and run an earth tube out the back. I plan on running actually 2 earth tubes and then connecting them and then having the outlet. That way I can run a closed loop system. But run them out. All you need is a fan if you want to use a filter, and that's all you need for electricity and air. So you're good to go. Obviously, out in the desert, plenty of sun. Use that. And I won't be in the crazy desert. It'll still get winters and whatnot, so that'll be a factor. But you can build out lakes, or not lakes, ponds joined into my system, and I'm going to plan on having organic ponds that you can come fish out of and swim out of. I'm going to build more of those, of the same basically house that I'm going to start off with. It's just going to be like a small sunken earth house. I think, if I remember correctly, anywhere from 16 by 12 to 16 by 20, I think 16 by 20 or 16 by 22. But I'm thinking the 12 by 16s will be big enough. I want to create short-term rentals, and then also within the landscape of the food forest, create different little activities I like to do that people can come hang out and enjoy as well. Obviously, make money off them too. You're talking about dirt bike slash off-road courses, pump tracks, trampoline walls, shooting, hunting, fishing. As I said, it'll be a Bortle 1 area. So I plan on getting telescopes for the short-term rentals. So that'll be a really cool thing to have. It also happens to be close to a national forest. So really excited about the Air Nation. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be able to do some big things. I have some very bigger plans, but I'm not gonna go farther than that. That's the basis. I think that's enough information. Anything farther, we're starting to get revealing a little too much. Other going on. But that has been a lot of what I've been up to and dealing with. Health issues combined with setting up the plans for the Air Nation, figuring out how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to raise the money. I do have plans to raise the money. However, it's going to take like 2 or 3 years to do what I need to do to get seed money. There are ways that I can go about it through loans that I'm really debating doing so I can get out there sooner. But I need help getting out to this area to make sure for sure that it'll work and it's not going to be a factor for my health or anything like that. I'll be able to do it. Yada yada yada, go out there, stay out there for a little bit, for like a week or two. So I'm trying to build up probably, I don't know, $1,000-$1,500 so I can drive myself out there and just sleep out of a vehicle, probably rented maybe, and check out the place, see what's up. That is the goal. But it's good to be back with all of you. I'm sorry, I am thirsty. I hope you all are having a lovely morning on this fantastic Monday. Hit that thumbs up in the chat. And as I said, I am planning to try to be back doing more art streams, doing more gaming streams. I want to start doing actually more sit down and talk streams, rant streams. I may start venturing into politics. I don't know. I've wanted to avoid this very badly. So, I don't know. I got to talk about culture, though. I got to talk about the world. I got to relate to people. We got to build the elemental nations. So, going to have to get out there and do a little bit more than just PR bullshit for business, because that's not obviously authentic. It's not going to build what I need to build and want. But at the same time, I kind of want to get Air Nation established a little bit before too crazy as well. So video footage of that will not be online for a while. I got to get out there, get a lot of shit done. It'll probably be on like a year latency, maybe. Something like that is the plan. Maybe longer. But I have other plans financially boost, and they corroborate with the whole entire farm plan anyway. So even if I got out to the farm, this plan still goes with. I basically plan to create medicine through botany. So it's something that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. And I actually kind of had a crash out moment. Not like an anger crash out moment. Well, kind of like an anger, but almost like an anger, frustrated, sad. Don't know what to do situation at first when it first dropped. And that was the hemp ban. The supposedly hemp literature that was added into the last fiscal budget from Congress has some language in there that has to do with hemp. And so I thought when I first heard about it and was kind of hearing the news and reading through it, I wasn't sure how it was going to go, how it was going to affect my business plan. But I'm fairly sure I should be all right. Should still be able to acquire the means to grow hemp, and then I can create strains that are specific for different ailments and diseases and stuff like that. And I already have first one in mind that I think will be a solid contender that'll definitely hit off. It's a very unique sub niche. People aren't going to really be focusing on it. It's not something that's really going to be like super hot. Most of the industry is focusing on things that I'm not worried about at all. And this is straight for like pharmaceutical. Like I'm trying to hit ratios and then try to get like pharma deals. And also be able to sell the flower and any products made from the flower, or get royalty from the products made from the flower to people that have these conditions, to aid them, or these diseases as well, these disabilities or whatever, to aid them. And then after I have the first, there's 3 that I plan on doing, but after the first 2, should have enough money and be definitely out in the Air Nation and popping and starting to think about what I'm going to work on after that. So part of the Air Nation is to find the mental, the elemental means a lot of things. There's a reason why I used that moniker. There's a reason why MJ is a moniker. MJ is not my name. I have doxed myself a few times, but I don't do it on the regular. Figure it out, you figure it out, I guess. It's not necessarily like super hidden. But elemental, to an extent, means obviously the elements of the earth, your traditional, what you think about a lot of times, earth, wind, fire, air, water, all that. It's also the elements themselves of the universe: hydrogen, oxygen, uranium, mercury, deuterium, whatever. And it's also mental in the sense of get mental, then push yourself, your human limits, in pursuit of what your body and what you were meant to do, what you were here to pursue and express. Hopefully in a positive manner. Hopefully in a way that benefits humanity and yourself. And that's kind of where that comes from, and what I want to inscribe and help anybody that also has had to get mental and either injure themselves, obviously, or to a reason to help with trauma or some kind of disease or something as well. Because a lot of my adrenaline junkiness, not all of it, it's part of me and part of my character in general. It's also genetic from lineage too, but some of my health problems actually, when faced with them, can basically influence me, I guess you could say, or make it seem more enjoyable and seek out adrenaline, high adrenaline activities. Basically, my brain and hormones and everything would be wired so high that the only way that I'm really going to experience what I need to experience, dopamine, serotonin wise and everything, is to go do crazy stunts and push adrenaline higher. Either drive, run, bike, whatever. and just straight exercise never really did it. And sports didn't really do it for me either. It wasn't the competitiveness. Like, I had to do things that were on brink of life and death type issues. So having things to help with that on top, or help with just whatever, help with that, help with the underlying GI, other issues that I have too. The strains are gonna be popping, and then after that, like I said, start hitting up people of the elemental nations. You know, people that are supporters that I know can get first dibs for what I go after next. So, and the thing is that I'm creating a profile of compounds. So those that aren't a fan of smoking or ingesting or consuming anything that people usually do normally, obviously, smoking or wax, I can make it, or have outsourced it to have somebody make it into edibles, or just raw, like butter or something. I don't know. I don't know what the preserving is like on that. I'd have to see, and just sell y'all like raw oil, like grass-fed, finished bison tallow or coconut oil, and you can special order some other oil maybe if you want, or I don't know. We'll figure out when we get there. It's not there yet. Hi, Georgia. You need attention. Say hi to Georgia's. Hi, baby. You need attention too? Come here. No, you won't come past the desk, will you? Hi, boy. Hi, Georgia. No. Go lay down. That's where I've been at, what I've been up to. Let's bring up a little game, I guess, and we can talk, or do we have a game first, or should we talk about what is an American? Obviously, lately, with Trump deporting everybody and denaturalizing people, the topic has came up often, and it's something I've thought about before in the past. What is an American? What is an American? I suppose we can go off of documentations only and everything like that, and you can start getting into some not so fantastic areas, in my opinion, and maybe they're true, maybe they're not. I haven't really double checked or verified these claims yet, but my opinion on what an American is as for documentation, I do think the First and Second Amendment are very important. The right to free speech means that we're able to communicate. That way we can settle things, hopefully, without our fists. And unfortunately, that also means that we have to handle people's opinions. And people's opinions can come in forms like slurs and other words that people don't like to hear, or inconvenient truths that people don't like to hear. Or, well, I guess that'd be inconvenient truth. And also, in the case of crime, you need to be able to be very clear and be able to be very concise and accurate on what we're speaking about and recollecting and even quoting. So it's a matter of that as well. And then we have, the Second Amendment, the right of the people to bear arms, and is the militia pretty much, in my opinion. And I think a lot of other very scholarly people would agree. And in that, so combined with I agree Declaration of Independence and just the mentality of straying away from the king and a distant, tyrannical, oppressive, oppressive government, that the intrinsic right to bear arms, form a militia, overthrow the government, and create a new one. I don't know necessarily how that works in law now, but we should have it in our ability to be a self-sustaining people. And in doing that means that you should be able to and willing to defend yourself and your property at any time. So you can't really be against weapons at all for the most part. And I think everybody should have a gun, or at least in the household. And I believe American is an individual in spirit for the most part. Trailblazers. Oh man, I should think this out more, huh? Alright, let's get into some games. Oh yeah, the internet's over. I gotta go back and find that too. Should think that about more. But do we want to check in on this game, or do we want to actually play a game? I kind of want to play. Oh no, we should do this for now. That way we can go check on why the internet's over. Apparently there is some not great news, guys. Not great news, I think. And I want to double check it. Do it live on air, maybe. I don't know. Is it loading? How's it loading? Is it going to cover up my stuff? I forgot I have my screen up here, so we'll see what happens. No, I don't want you right now. I just wanted you loaded so I could come to you. I wanted you, and so I could adjust you on my OBS. Alright, so gotta get over to X. And I am bookmarks? No, but I can be. Alright. There's OBS. I don't even know which one to go to, y'all.
I'll let you finish, wait, I'ma make them hear me say I'm the head of VMA.
Here just fine. Yeah, pretty much. Where is the tab? Which I don't know what that is, which window that is. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. No, I don't want that. Which one do I want? Alright, fuck it. Do that one. Alright. We'll go look at the cannabis stuff later. Probably not today. I might do that tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Definitely need to bring back the art. Okay. Not that. Did I have it in bookmarks or did I have it in likes? Likes is gonna be crazy. No, that's not it. I don't know. Hold on. I'm not sure. Let's see. basically there was something about. I thought I bookmarked it. If I liked it, it's gonna be hell to try to find it. I swear I bookmarked it. But anyways, apparently Cloudflare is having it's basically it's handing over its control to its British, or not its British, its German office for them to basically run and control, which has a very high likelihood of them putting some nonsense rules on anybody that uses Cloudflare. Now, I don't know who uses Cloudflare, but that could be a problem. Alright, let's go back to the screen here. We're gonna see if Grok knows by chance. See if we can get their help, its help, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I guess it's not necessarily a person, so we can't really call it their or them, right? Technically. I think. Alright. There's Kick. What up, lady? Good to see you. I need. Okay. I don't know where my Kick chat went. Oh, you are here. Awesome. There we go. That's what I meant to do. I'm glad I came back over here. I meant to pop it out. I ran long getting this stream set up because I couldn't remember my Kick password, and for some reason it's one of the few ones that I don't have written down, so it was taking me a while. Like, I knew what it was, but for some reason there was a few like symbols. I don't fucking even know. In all honesty, I finally just got it, typed it in, and it worked, and I was like, okay, let's go. Alright, where are we going back? No more Inception. Alright, Cloudflare. Let's see, what websites and platforms does Cloudflare use? Oh, Cloudflare host. I'm really good. I just took a freaking hiatus for like 3 months, and I didn't log into Kick like at all because, well, I didn't need to for streaming, and then on my phone it's either logged in or actually I haven't been on Kick because they put Mr. Beast on the icon, and I'm kind of petty and I didn't want to see his face and I was tired of it, so I was like, nah, he's scamming some people. I'm good. Some bullshit. Don't want to see his face on here. And I haven't gotten it back. So if Mr. Beast's face is not on Kick anymore, I will download it. But I mean, I seem to be getting your notifications for Rumble fairly well, but I imagine that you're probably doing both, aren't you? I imagine you're still like separating them or whatever, at least a little bit. Yeah, I'm on Rumble. I'm on YouTube. And I'm on Twitch. I need to be on more stuff, but it's just a hassle. Content delivery networks. Okay, so Cloudflare provides content delivery network services, DDoS protection, web security, and performance optimization for websites and applications. It doesn't host websites, okay, like renting servers, but it acts as a reverse proxy and edge network sitting in front of the customer website to accelerate loading, block targets, and cache content. This means millions of sites worldwide use Cloudflare's infrastructure to deliver their content more reliably and securely. As of late 2025, Cloudflare powers approximately 19 to 20% of all websites on the internet, over 25 million properties, including a significant portion of the top 1 million sites by traffic. Woo! It serves a mix of small blogs, e-commerce platforms, social media giants, and enterprise companies across industries like tech, finance, gaming, and media. Based on traffic data and usage reports, here are some of the most prominent websites and platforms that rely on Cloudflare for their core web delivery and security. This isn't an exhaustion list, as Cloudflare has millions of customers, but it highlights high-profile examples from diverse sectors. So we got GPT, Shopify, OpenAI, LinkedIn, X, Discord, Uber, X. Oh shit! Discord, Uber, Fiverr, Canva, whoo, Medium, Udemy, HubSpot, Ahrefs, Envato, Claude. It's probably, like I said, this is the top 1 million of everything, y'all. The top 1 million most streamed sites. So, including a significant portion of the top 1 million sites by traffic. Supposedly, Germany is getting control over this company, or at least let's ask. Is control or management changing to Germany? Well, that's good. I'm glad Rumble's working out for you. I'm glad you tried it out and went over there. And I see it's working out in more than one way, as you are having fun on side scrollers quite often. Congratulations on, I can't remember if you won or got second place, but I know you were in the top 2 of the sports competition. The boxing was absolutely hilarious. It took so long. Oh, but you did really well for a lot of it that I did see, and it was an entertaining broadcast. Right now, I seen a post that I was trying to find and I couldn't find it, so now I'm trying to figure out for sure. Supposedly, there was somebody that posted about Cloudflare changing management to Germany, and if something like that would happen, it could trigger in Germany type laws, which would basically shut down the fucking internet. Oh, it would be crazy. There's something to do with, like, I thought it was Cloudflare, but it was some kind of node or something, and I can't remember. Oh. Yeah, okay. That ain't gonna do nothing. Alright, I think we're good. Internet's not over yet. We have the other problem actually. Actually, for real, there's like 2 really big problems. We have the whole child verification bullshit excuse to try to get you to enter in your ID to use the internet or your apps on your phone. There's already US congressmen passing or writing legislation trying to get people to pass it or to vote on it. It's obviously it just about to go into effect in Australia for 16, and they got like 2 months until it's all adults. We already have people stoking, I guess violence would be the best way to put it, by portraying, I forgot what countries, Nepal? The Nepalese, like, almost White House, basically, Capitol building on fire, saying it's this easy because when Nepalese got their social media turned off, the Gen Z went and burnt down the Capitol building, and they're like, okay. and they like voted on a prime minister or some shit from Discord. Like, really? How are you gonna trust that? But by the way, don't try it in America, y'all. Just don't. There's too much surveillance. You're talking about so many bases and so many connections and so much networking outside of the United States in itself that just lighting some building on fire isn't gonna do anything. Even if you killed all the congressmen and the president and a whole bunch of other people while they were inside, it's still not gonna do anything. It's just not. It's not how we do this. It's not how we stop the bullshit. It's not how we stop globalism. It's just not. Sorry to tell you. So unfortunately not through violence. We have entered into a stage of reality where, due to surveillance and, I guess, mentality, vibes in the universe, whatever you want to say, it ain't gonna work. It's gotta be through, like I advocate, is forms of self-sustainability and small network noding in decentralized hubs. We have enough technology now to the point where we can utilize the West, we can utilize deserts, we can utilize just about everywhere. There's enough room for 5 to 20 plus acres for every single family. You can be a little bit closer or whatever if you want. Get like-minded people and just innovate like hell while being secure in your survival, because, well, everything's fucking pretty much like permaculture the fuck out and you're just producing your own food. Alright, oh, did I... Alright. Get rid of this. Now on to some games, I guess. What else did I have? Have anything else? Oh yeah. Internet is not quite over yet, but it is getting kind of close, and it's kind of scary. And I really don't want it to leave. I have to do a lot of copy pasting, and I'm not ready for that. A lot of downloading. I need to actually, not even copy pasting, I should probably create an LLM and scrape some of the internet before I don't have a chance. But unfortunately, I don't think I have to use the new RAM. Is the old RAM, like DDR4, super expensive, or is it just the DDR5 that's insanely expensive right now? Does anybody know in the chat? Oh, speaking of which, I guess I should look over here. Wrong one. I want that. Alright, what up, Mark? Good to see you, bro. Oh, hey, lady. Yeah, I need to pull... Actually, I'm going to pull this over here. I need to get back and used to streaming. Like I said, I took like a 3-month break, and I don't have shit set up properly. Okay. Everybody was pathetic at the fighting portion. Kay did eventually figure it out, and she was fucking dominating once she figured it out. For the most part, she could have figured out a little bit more, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't know if you caught my comment when you were live or whatever, but yeah, I don't think the Wii measures your body movement. It's just the remote and maybe like the pressure on the pad, maybe. So all the body movements, just once you can remove that from your mind and it just turns into kind of your hands, it saves a lot of energy and you're not doing as much, because just to shift over to the side, you just can do this. To shift over to the other side, go here. Shift to the side, punch, 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 punch. Shift to the side, punch, punch, punch. Just snap the wrist. And those, I'm fairly sure that would work. And then just like uppercut. But the Wii's, if you want to actually get exercise, yeah, do all the motion because you will actually get exercise. Think about it. Think about your muscles while you're doing it. Actually think about it. And yeah, you'll get actually really, really good workout on just about all the Wii games. Even bowling and whatnot's a nice little fun time. Definitely not the same as throwing around a 8 to 15 pound ball, but it's what made it entertaining though. All of you were really, really into it. And you were really, really trying, and it was awesome. Very entertaining. I'm glad I caught it. I think that actually might have been, no. I don't know if I caught that in my feed or if I actually did scroll from the top or from the event page. Alright, what? Oh yeah, I was gonna look up something. Oh yeah, RAM. DDR4 RAM. Is that super expensive too, or is it just DDR5? Yeah. I don't care about that. What about money? Okay, that's still reasonable, it looks like. What do we got? 32 gigs, so 216s for $215. Okay, never mind. It still is a little expensive, even for DDR4s. That's fun. That's a bummer. They'll come down eventually. Thanks for the follow, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. Alright, I wanted to get into game. Need to find some music, actually. What do we want to listen to? Oh, we could listen. Oh, lady, do you, Des? I haven't really looked into your catalog to see if you have. I know you break down like single songs, but do you have just like a long playlist? It's just music. And no interruptions. Which we love your interruptions when you're live, and that's why one of the reasons we come and hang out, but I'm trying to play it in the background, it doesn't work very well. I'm about to just go cut up some pieces and make it into one myself. I'll let you post it if you want, and I'll stream it from there so you get views all the time off it. If not, I'll just fucking put that shit up into my... If you don't care, obviously. I'll talk to you in DMs if you're not out there. I don't know what music to play at the moment. I don't want to use YouTube. YouTube's been such a pain in the ass. And apparently, I don't know if y'all seen this and I haven't double checked, so I guess somebody verify for me maybe. You have to be a premium member now to utilize increased speed on YouTube. To increase the playback speed, you have to be a premium member. Like, I stopped using YouTube for the most part. They've been done pissed me the fuck off. Long time ago. So many features on their app just does not work for me for some reason, and I can't get them to fix it. They can't seem to figure it out. Countless accounts banned for bullshit ass reasons. Ooh, we got an eye. Hell yeah. Evolving from a humble pigment spot, the eyeball is round, jelly-like organ. It processes light and electrical signals that travel from our retina to our brain. These signals are turned into images, enabling us to see. I'm just saying, how do you understand that the whole body operates on basically electricity, and then just be like radio waves can have no effect. There's just no effect. There's just no possible way. You just should ignore it from the beginning, and we're still doing it. And I'm just like, bruh, there ain't no way. And now they're like finally getting to the point where like, yeah, it's really dangerous, but here's why it's good. YouTube is bad. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. Oh, you are still there. I was looking at fucking Kick's chat for some reason. I forgot you were here. Alright, let me find that from here. But I mean, like I said, there's still lots and lots of people on YouTube and certain videos that are nice to watch or see or things to look up that I can't find on Rumble, but spend a significant time on Rumble. And I just share it to my browser anyways when I usually watch stuff. That way, yeah, I'm skipping ads, and because that's gotten insufferable as well. Absolutely a crazy amount of ads. I literally just don't understand it. And then on top of it, what they're doing to all the creators lately as well. I can't believe they're charging back, or they let somebody charge back Cody that heavily. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. I'm sure Dez has, but Cody Camelot 331 got charged back. I don't know how much total, but if I think like $10,000 in like the span of a month or something like that, a month or two. And I mean, this is a creator that makes quite a bit of money, don't get me wrong, but he also extends his money to the absolute limits, pushing himself to accomplish his dreams. And yeah. So he's always basically one paycheck away from kind of fucking himself to an extent. And then you got all the banning from the AI bannings, less output of ad revenue, which to an extent, that was bound to start happening because YouTube was charging too much for ads and was paying out too much on top of it. They've never made money. And I'm almost wondering if like something to do with the new administration and US aid has something to do with it, or if it's just the incompetence of the devs and H1Bs inside, or if it's their focus on like AI or some other or Alphabet Corporation focusing on AI or some other shit. I'm not really sure. But YouTube is going down. I don't think they're gonna last for terribly long unless something really happens on the government side of things and some strings are really, really pulled even more than they already are. I don't think it'll completely die, but I think it's going into like a Netflix. They're just gonna try go into like a Netflix, and I don't know. Maybe they're gonna siphon off some of that washed cash, or they're gonna wash the cash of Mr. Beast. I don't know. I don't know their game plan. I guess we just gotta watch and find out. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. The problem was and why I wasn't seeing that. Alright. Desktop audio. Everything good. I don't know. I mean, depends on how you want to do it, Des. But I know there's just a transfer all pretty much from YouTube to Rumble. But if you wanted to control it at all, then yeah, gotta do it by hand. Alright, where... I think that volume is good. If it could be higher on the music end, let me know. But I think that's usually about where I have stuff. Let's see what we got. I uploaded Frontline Doctors at Capitol Hill video to YouTube and my whole channel got nuked an hour or two later. It was the day they made their speeches. My channel is back now, but they've shown their hand too many times. Yeah. I was wondering. So 40 should be good. Alright, we need to evolve some motherfucking things, so I'm sorry. Well, actually, I don't even think evolution goes necessarily against theism. We have a whole bunch of money and stuff, and I don't know what to do with it. Should we unlock stuff? Should we buy stuff so we can make more, or should we reset? I think we should reset, because that's fucking crazy. So much entropy. Alright. Gotta spend some stuff, though, before we can upgrade. Oh, I don't have enough for Age of Exploration again? Jeez. Just can't get a hold of it. Maybe next reset I'll be able to produce enough to actually obtain this what is it? Sea Exploration or Age of Exploration? Okay. I guess technically you're traveling the sea for the Age of Exploration, so I was close enough, right? Oh, can we unlock... Oh, we could unlock a gorilla? Oh, man. What other... We can unlock a capybara? I think there's... Ooh, an anglerfish. Oh, that's just 50 cubits. I think we should just do that anyways. Well, fuck yeah, I got an anglerfish. Very nice. Hell yeah. I wanna see him, not his ass. What the fuck? So, was it a joke that went around, or was it dead serious that these fish are literally like 3 to like 8 inches long? Super tiny fuckers. Just look terrifying and are always shot with really zoomed in cameras. Or are there different sizes? Where's it at though? I wanna see it. I got a shark. That's pretty cool. Where's that? Oh, I appreciate that, lady. I appreciate that, Des. I'm not really sure what that would be. I guess I could actually listen to it, figure it out, maybe. Or no, because then it'll echo for you. Like I said, I want to see the anglerfish, and I don't know where it went. Get this amoeba. Oh, speaking about amoeba, apparently we've discovered a new type of amoeba that broke records as it reproduces above 145 degrees Fahrenheit. I think they found it in the Sierras, some volcanic marshland in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Called it fire algae. Thing. Or no, fire amoeba. Fire amoeba, that's what it was. Yeah. It was a fire amoeba. I'm gonna try to hear it from my ice, but never mind. Not working. I think I need a new case. I might almost need a new phone. 7 years. 7 years might be too long on a phone. I guess there's not really much I can do about the mic situation right now anyways. But 7 years might be too much on a phone. I don't know. That might be hitting towards the limit. Phone's starting to crash out in a couple different ways. It's not horrible yet, but it's starting to go. I want to buy a new one. I'm probably going to buy like the same one or a little bit newer, as it works and they're cheap and whatever. But I want to keep this and I want to see how long I can keep it working. And how long it actually just still functions as a phone worthy of having, I guess. Alright, can I buy anything else worth a shit right now that I could actually make any money back and buy anything else? Don't think so. And we've collected everything. Awesome. Upgrade this bitch. Alright. Simulation 22, 1951 organisms archived. How should we spend, I don't even know what this shit's called, knowledge converter. How should we spend our knowledge? Not really a lot of options. I mean, idea quadrupler would be ideal, but 1200 is going to take so long. Idea booster gives us some more efficiency, but it's minuscule. Ancestral extension, I mean, that doesn't make shit money anyway, so it's not even worth it. Brainstorm modeling, idea tap times 1% of ideal idea production. Yeah, I don't know, just hijack idea booster and then go for idea quadrupler after that. Yeah, it's still garbage. Alright. What are we spending our entrium on, or our entropy on? We got 63,000. Sextupler. For 100,000 is still out of range. Entropy tap 5. I don't care about that very much. I want idleness. I don't want to have to sit here and scramble the keys. I want idle. We're going to go Genesis Genome for everything that's on land to boost up, since once you get everything on, well, most stuff unlocked, all the major big stuff is all on land. Well, maybe flying, but I think that's considered on land because it's not in water and it's not primordial, so assuming it's considered land, unless this is going to branch off into some flying shit at some point. That would be kind of annoying. Alright. We got 6,000 left. We do primordial power 2 or keep entropy boosting. I think we should do a little primordial power. Maybe even a little Poseidon power. Bring back the fish game, bruh. Not really, my land game's gonna just crush it, but there we go. Energy, entropy. Oh shit, that's almost maxed out too. Nice. Alright, I think we're good to go. Alright. after I get this set, I think we're gonna move to Castle Crashers. I don't know yet. Either that or I haven't played Sonic in a really long time. I don't really want to play Civilization right now. I want something a little bit more engaging. Because this is already menus. If I wanted to play more menus, I could just keep playing this. But after I get this set up and going so it can idle, we need to choose a game to play. We got Castle Crashers. We have Sonic Adventure 2. We have Void Crew, which is like a space game. You're flying a ship and trying to destroy enemies while they're trying to destroy you. And it's very beautiful and very fun. I'm kind of leaning towards Castle Crashers, but I always go there. So, I mean, if chat wants something else, we can definitely talk about it. Okay, I just need to focus on getting animals unlocked. Give me the ape. And Gliers, one of the two. Alright, reptilian teeth, brain, get opposable thumbs, mix in the Australopithecus, Homo habilis, extra power, wrist joints, Homo erectus, endurance, humans. Yes, get the humans. Start unlocking things that humans unlock, like knowledge, scaling through like a madman on all the steroids. Just getting a forearm workout. Alright. Unlock them all, including the Neanderthal, and the tongue, and the turtle. Alright, do we need anything else? Well, we need quite a bit unlocked. I wish. How fast can we go? Oh yeah, we need to actually buy creatures. That would actually probably help quite a fucking bit. Humans. Gliers, tetrapods, eukaryotic cells, more humans. Some apes will work, some gliers, some tetrapods, some fish. Give me them sharks, hell yeah. And some more turtle adaptations, but turtles really don't matter, so takes a while to actually make decent money out of them. That's what I needed. I needed the ungulates. The ungulates. Yeah. Stack them, son. Stack them. That was nuts. Alright. And awesome. That means I should be able to get the crocodile. Crocodilia. You swear we're playing some brain rot over here. Gotta get my bomb crocodilias. Speaking of which, I can't even like enjoy that game anymore. I'm kind of bummed about that a little bit. I mean, I guess let the kids play, but one of the things that was cool about that game was you could talk to the people, other people, let them steal your brain rots so you could refresh and upgrade to the next level, except for the two that you needed to upgrade, obviously. And then a lot of times you'd be able to convince them or negotiate with them to get some of them back, if not all of them back. That way they could then upgrade, and you just sit there and go back and forth and boost each other. And I think one day I boosted somebody like 5 levels, and he helped me go up a level or 2. I think I've been helped most of my levels on there. Now I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to, because it gets, people start hacking and doing some stupid shit. I had this one incident where I had 3 people basically like jump me and not only incapacitate me, but they were like jumping through walls and shit. I don't know if they just had like a higher level and unlocked something that I just don't know exists. But I had no idea how the hell I was supposed to defend from something like that. No fucking clue. Alright, I don't care about knowledge so much. I care about this. Getting that money. Money. Alright. All 20s. I see. Chat, we got anything? Games? Nope. Alright, we're going Castle Crashers for sure. Damn, this shit's our 15,000 energy or entropy bits. I think that's, I don't even know what they're called. I'm just assuming they're called bits. I don't really care about the other zones right now. They can all F off for all I care. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Let's get ready to rumble! Okay, not really rumble, because we're not playing wrestling, and I don't know, they might sue. No, they can't sue me for that. Boxing sues you for that. I think it's boxing. And I don't think it's boxing, I think it's the actual dude. The guy who says, let's get ready to rumble, the really iconic voice that does it. I'm pretty sure he's got like a copyright or trademark on that. If you use it, you have to pay up. I don't know if you can say it, huh? I mean, technically, like, obviously, I'm probably not gonna get in trouble for it, but in just a total sense, I am curious. Alright, fresh would be cool, but I don't think I have fresh. Or do I have fresh? No, I don't. That's what I thought. Classic art, classic art. What is Painter Boss Paradise? Oh. DLC. That is what it is. There ain't nothing new about Back Off Barbarian. Get the hell out of here. Is my controller not working? Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta unplug the damn keyboard to make this work properly before I even load up the game. Where's my keyboard plugged into? Yeah, so in order for me to be able to play Castle Crashers with a controller on my computer, I have to unplug my keyboard, or else it doesn't let me play from my controller. And it forces me to try to play from my keyboard. And for those that have never played this game, playing from the keyboard is an absolute nightmare. Like, for real nightmare. Oh, alright. No, I don't want to play online. Unless somebody else wants to play online. Oh, I could play Dark and Darker. I've been meaning to check that out. I think I have a buddy that's on. Oh, Snowman. decently high. Anybody have any recommendations on who we should play with? We have... Alright, so we have this like bug alien dude. We have chain or beekeeper, rogue, barbarian, neutral hero, fire hero, ice hero, electric hero, poison hero, physical hero, heart love hero, Eskimo, blackguard, peasant, chainmail face. That's quite the list. So unfortunately, if you're not looking, that's going to be complicated. I don't even know who I want to do. Poison I've used a lot. It's already at 41, so I don't know if I want to mess around with that right now. I guess I can mess around on hard mode and try to max out a character would be interesting. But I think there's other characters I can unlock by beating the ground with them, so... Frozen might be one of them. Let's check them out. Alright, where are we at? Are we across the bridge yet? Maybe just barely? Alright. Oh. I dig? How do I dig again? I forgot. Ah, there we go. What's in here? Apple for my apple. Alright. I destroy... Nope. Oh no, he's eating my head, y'all. Snowball. Take that, bitch. Can't even see me. And you got them snowballs. Alright. No. Oh, come on. Oh, those aren't even firing, bro. Aren't even firing. Take that, sucker. Yeah, this is probably good that this is one of the more magic heavy accounts. I prefer that. The physical ones are difficult, man. Alright, fuck this. Oh no, I thought I could get by him. He's squeezing my head, y'all. There we go. I know the hack. I just thought that, you know, I could go faster than the hack by not doing the hack. You know. Some skill, I guess. Apparently not. Not even close. Yeah, fuck you, bro. Take that. You damn roaches, bro. Get out of here. There we go. Surrender. Get rid of the roaches. Get rid of the scorpions. The other cool thing about the spot that I'm likely going to set up the Air Nation is it happens to be in the desert, but it's got very limited if any, venomous creatures. Pretty much the only venomous creature or poisonous creature that I really got to worry about would be scorpions, and they're not really that big of a deal. Not really gonna kill you, and just kind of hide out at night. And chickens love to eat them anyway, so there won't hardly be any on the property regardless. Oh, how delayed was that? Go back to the red one after this level, for sure. The red one is, I believe, electricity. That's fun. Oh, what up, Danger Moo? It's good to see you, bro. What up, Software Cook? I am having a great day. I'm trying to read while not dying. Just sorting some lunch. Not sure what yet, though. Tea ruined. Oh, some tea sounds good. I'm hungry. I started this stream entirely too late, or later than I was supposed to, but had a really good time at the same time because this happens to be when everybody else is waking up, so I'm not streaming to nobody, so it actually worked out in the end. But, you know, wasn't the intention. I should just probably accept it that this tends to be what happens, so I should just schedule it for Monday mornings instead of Sunday nights. But watch, I start doing that, and all of a sudden, I'm asleep at like 9-10 p.m. on Sunday night type shit or something. Well, I guess that would work out. No, I'm not waking up and jumping on stream. That just ain't my vibe either. Sometimes, I guess. I've done it here and there, but not like straight. I have to go take care of the rabbits, take care of the dogs, take care of myself. I would like to get on a first shift schedule though, but I don't think I can do that until I get out to the Air Nation place, really, because it just doesn't work having neighbors. Alright. What kind of tea are you making? Is it just green tea? Is it herbal tea? Is it a mix? I like to mix yerba mate and Japanese, yerba mate and gunpowder green tea. It's absolutely delicious. And then obviously honey. Yeah, it's the same name. It's the same name, Danger Moo. Elemental MJ there as well. Except for, I think, one of the E's is capitalized, but I don't think it matters. I think if you just search it, I should be the only one. It's a unique enough name. Rumble has its search engine at least decent enough to pull up names. I don't know about if you're trying to actually find certain videos. I think it might still be bad. I haven't tried in a long time. Maybe one day we'll figure out. Yeah, just die. Yeah, we've been getting dumped on with the snow. It snowed again yesterday. Gotten like 2 feet or more of snow in the past like week or two. It's just like December. Hey, what's good? It's winter. Fuck y'all. We ain't waiting until February this year. Fuck you. We're like, okay. And so far, it's to the prediction of the caterpillars. So if it stays the prediction of the caterpillars, it's supposed to be hard and harsh and heavy to start and then easy to end. So make it a nice extended spring growing season, but those of us with fruit trees are going to have to keep an eye. I don't know if that affects nut trees too, but I know fruit trees for sure. They do not like experiencing thawing temperatures enough and long enough to bud and then going back to freezing. Very traumatic. Less fruit. Can damage if not kill the plant. Jeez. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna die. What? Ow! They're getting skilled. I wonder if I actually have that other path cleared yet. Or if I'm just totally boomering this shit the fuck up. Yeah, I've been streaming there for a while, Danger Moose, so I should be relatively easy to find. But yeah, if they haven't made any content, I could definitely see, especially if they don't have like a profile picture on top of it. But I mean, even my name, with how unique it was kind of a pain in the ass before I got into the partner program. So I'm not even in anymore, but it at least verified my account enough to allow search algorithm or search engine to find me a lot easier than what it was. Which apparently you only needed to put in an hour of streaming to apply instead of 30, so fuck it, I'm probably gonna apply again. And I think if I remember correctly, they took out the forced ads and now they just want you to raid, which I try to raid every single stream anyway, so let's go. I like Rumble, I like supporting them. I'm getting back on, I'm coming back. Gonna be producing content on the regular at least once a week. Gonna be shooting for more, obviously. I want to get back into my art streams. I want to do a little bit of sitting down, hanging out, cultural, elemental nation, political, philosophical, ontological discussions and whatnot. PSYOP informations. Like, I'm wondering, I'm thinking this latest is part PSYOP. I don't know if it was just MK Ultra activated, if it was more devious than that. The latest Cinnabon employee being purposely filmed. I think that was just a whole entire hostile from both parties from like the instant they just locked eyes. It was like just hate for some reason. I don't know. Maybe there's like a past with this certain couple as well, but like there's some of the video that's still cut off that it seems like almost they were just already trading tons of freaking slurs. But it is convenient that it happened to pop up, you know, right after the ICE videos were getting really hot and getting a lot of controversy. Trump started talking about the Somalis and bringing that up and bringing that to light, and media bringing that to light, and all of a sudden have this very suspicious, very, very suspicious. I took it as a good time to talk about and try to discuss what it's like to be American. As every good politician does, we take advantage of crises, right? That's what we're supposed to do. That's what I'm doing, right? That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Supposed to be taking advantage of crises. Establish what an American actually is. That's earlier in the video. You may have to go back a little bit. And really, I need to think it out a little bit more. I did start to discuss it. I think to an extent, it's like an embodiment of certain character to a degree. And within this character, there is plenty and plenty of sub-niche characters to be allowed. But there's a foundational stock to being American, I believe. And I really think that a lot of it is just summed up in parts of the Declaration of Independence and like the first couple of amendments, perhaps like the first 5. It's basically you have the right to free speech. You have the right to defend yourself from physical harm, even up to governmental tyranny to an extent. You have the right to privacy and protection, or you have the right to privacy. The people are the militia. It should have more self-sustaining ethos and vibe. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't understand where food comes from, how to grow it, how to raise it, how to forage it, how to hunt it, how to fish it, how to clean some water. Ideally doing some of that throughout the year, at least a little bit. 1 in 3 households has, you know, a few chickens, and you all of a sudden don't need eggs in the grocery store because everybody's pretty much covered. At least in like especially in like a lower situation or like a minimal situation. Ideally, probably a little bit more than that, but it helps drastically ease the burden. And chickens can just eat bugs. Literally, you can actually, if you want to, I think his name is the permaculture consultant. You can look him up. I think he's on X. I know he's on YouTube. He's probably on Rumble at this point. But he has an awesome method for raising chickens that's pretty much like free. And he just goes and sources hay. I would be careful about sourcing used hay or really old hay because of lice issues and other really small insect issues. But source hay, get just like a thick wire mesh, like 2-3 inch gap mesh, if not bigger, thin wires, nothing crazy, big enough to hold a cubic yard. You fill that with straw and you interlace in a little bit of food from you and a little bit of like grain, just grain, so oats or corn or whatever your grain of choice is. And then on top, put their actual like food if you have food other than grain, like their actual mix. And then let them eat out of that and have a ramp that goes up to it and in it, obviously. Let them eat out of that for like a week. Toss it after 5 to 7 days, so flip it over, start a new one. So basically he has all this hay that he puts into the chicken coop. So the chicken coop's actually getting a bunch of the feces. So you're getting nitrogen and more enzymes and bacteria to help kickstart a compost. So he keeps the straw in the coop. So he just puts, after about a week, puts the next batch into this corral system, and the other one is just a pile that the chickens are now digging through, and it's kind of composting down, and it's producing insects, and they're eating the insects' larvae and the insects, and just continues on. And eventually you're pretty much just feeding them grain, a little bit of grain, not a lot, and straw. And then just supplement a little bit of like nutrients and nutrients and minerals. Maybe not nutrients, substitute in minerals and salts every here and there. Obviously, wintertime, you got to bring back some actual more fortified, diverse mixed feed. Unless you just want to go like the black fly larva route and grow you some larva. I don't think growing worms would be efficient enough for chickens. I think that would be way too labor intensive and costly. Better to harvest the vermicompost, sell that, or even turn it into a concentrated liquefied version. But yeah, and also with it should be for the most part like self-sustainable. So that even includes like vagabonds and people that are just like insanely good at networking, for example. Like literally just they had such a extroverted and networked individual that they literally really don't need jobs very much, if at all, and can live their life the way they want to through the assistance of hooking up with others, whether staying at their place, helping them out with something. But it isn't interesting what's going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years. Is technology going to take the fuck over? Are people going to reject technology and embrace the land? Is there going to be a crazy division that happens? Or is it going to be what's it called? The show that they just new show, Death Race. It's about to be some Death Race type shit where you just got like walled off cities and then all the people that are outside the cities, and neither situation is really all that great because inside the cities you're basically a slave and it's all just like basically fake, and they're basically utilizing the pores in there to turn them into slaves over bullshit contracts because people are, I don't know if it wasn't portrayed as too stupid, but that's where society's leading, where they can't figure out what a contract is and how to read it and understand what it says beforehand. And so then they end up getting into situations and deals that end up pretty much turning them into literal slaves, like physically abused slaves. And in Death Race, the rich people got a kick out of cutting off people's ears and noses and wearing them as like jewelry and shit. So for example, they would not allow you to talk, and then if you got caught talking or something like that, they would cut off your tongue. Like that was one of the people's like things. Another one was like, I don't know, when you disobeyed for some reason, you got your ear chopped off, and then you had like a necklace of ears. And obviously, because it's a Netflix, or not Netflix, I don't know what show it is, Hulu or Peacock, whatever the fuck it is. I'm dead. They don't really give a crazy reason. They just say that, you know, they sign a contract and then they never let them go once they serve their 4 years. And if they throw a protest, they like get kidnapped or just straight out murdered. I do want the magic jump in all honesty. That would be nice. Let's go a little bit of speed, a little defense, magic. I hope so. I hope there will be as well. I hope that I will be able to build my element of that, or I'll be able to participate with my elemental nations. Figured out where I'm gonna start the air nations, so figured out pretty much all the plans for that, and I'm just now putting into motion the gears that are needed to get me to that point. I found out that despite I found out basically one of the things that I've always wanted to do, I've technically been able to do since 2018, which I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass for, and kind of frustrated about, and I hope that I don't get fucked over by figuring this out too late, because the whole hemp cannabis legislation in the bill that was in the Congress fiscal bill that was passed recently might complicate some things with the whole hemp and cannabis industry. But on top of it, seems like there's a lot of lobbying going on against cannabis in general, and a lot of states are proposing legislation to repeal back some cannabis laws, unfortunately. But basically, I've always wanted to grow cannabis, not only because I like it and I just want to create my own strains for my own levels, one thing, and own flavors, but also own effects specifically for health. I've used it for health issues, for all sorts of health issues, and so I plan on creating a strain that's specifically for a specific health issue I believe I suffer from and others suffer from, that's very specific and niche, but big enough and popular enough where there's a heavy market for the actual product itself, on top of a possible pharmaceutical money for allowing them to use the patented genetics that I have, or patented genetics and compound creation ratio, so then they can perhaps research it, and if the research comes out good, perhaps make pharmaceutical from it and then sell a pharmaceutical, and I'll get obviously money from that whole process and royalties. But that's the plan, and then after I get the first two strains, and there'll be a third one that'll go with it, but the first two strains done, I'll have enough money to start really figuring out other people in the elemental nation that want or could possibly use cannabis as a cure to start making some different strains individualized for people. And if it's not for like a disease or something like that, just for personal, like you have certain criteria that you want fulfilled. I know a lot of people in general, and it's something that I want to work on as well, is just THC levels are too high on a lot of things. Like let's bring up CBD slightly in certain different CBDs. Let's boost up terpenes and flavonoids and alkaloids. Bring down THC maybe a little bit, maybe even fuck around with bringing up Delta 8 and Delta 10 a little bit instead. But what I was getting at is I can do, at least the medicinal part, I can do through growing hemp. So I don't have to actually grow full THC quote-unquote intoxicating cannabis. Even though that is medicinal as well, and it's bullshit that it's separated. Eventually, I will be in a state, well, I am now, but technically it costs too much and I don't want to deal with it. But I'll be in a state that's more friendly and accessible and where I want to be with the Air Nation, and I'll be able to actually grow THC cannabis, and then I'll start actually also hybridizing my CBD strains, my hemp strains, with hot cannabis strains, so then can have that as well, because THC also in synergistic form as well as just in itself will help with the specific issue that I'm targeting as well. What up, Janatech? Welcome in. Yeah, I've always wanted to heal. I've looked into lots of different paths, like natural paths, and actually like the doctor and college and university routes, and in a different life maybe, but it's not what I'm meant to do. I like to work with the plants. Even though I did figure out one of the problems with my health is a current allergy that I'm suffering from, that I have been suffering from since I was a kid, which is a certain mold that grows on dead things. So living in, the Corn Belt is not only not only do I get heavily impacted by that all year round except for winter, but also all the like pesticides and everything else. So working on getting the hell out of here. The Air Nation is not here, it's in the desert, and that'll actually help too, because where I'm going, I calculated it out. Plan on creating a forest in a very desolate area, so I'll be far enough away from most vegetational areas where I won't actually have to worry about a lot of this mold being brought in, except for during certain times of the year through rainstorms. Or no, not rainstorms, through fire, through smoke. Smoke is the only way, and smoke I'm ducking inside anyway, so whatever. But smoke's about the only thing that could carry it far enough to get it to my farm heavily. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then obviously it's in the desert, so you can just use rocks and stuff like that and other harder materials as a top mulch. Help it keep from blowing around and stuff like that. Which will be very interesting to deal with the ecology of that. But with as much hemp as I'll be growing and utilizing, it'll be fun, because that stuff breaks up soil like nothing. There are hemp strains where their roots dive 10 feet down, if not more, and just crack the shit out of stuff. Piercing, fracturing quite a bit. And so, because obviously hemp, not just for flower's sake, can grow it for seed's sake, for animal food, and for self food. I actually have a bag of hemp seed sitting right here that I've been munching on, because it's actually like perfect balance of omega-3s and omega-6s and high in protein. And I'm fairly sure it has all the amino acids, so all your variations of protein acids. So it's a complete protein on top of it. Am I gonna be able to get it? Come on, go, 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 go. No, 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 no. Did I get it? Did it count? Oh, thank gosh. It counted. Alright. Now we get to go back to a different character, because we're supposed to go to the red. I wanted to beat that level. It really is giving us a lot of cures, and that's another problem with the whole lobbying issue at the moment too, is more and more studies are proving that not only cannabis, like hemp, but hot cannabis, with THC, actual psychoactive, has beneficial properties for the brain, for cancer, for stifling age, all sorts of stuff. So it's like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. The lobbying needs to go fuck off. I'm sorry that people don't want your alcohol no more. I'm sorry your pharmaceuticals are trash and people are starting to figure it out. I think that we should move to like a techno-agrarian type society where most people, at least most people, do some kind of gardening or small-time farming or animal raising, fishing or hunting or foraging. Along with, the whole idea is to utilize tech to just make all this easier, from either automation to just being able to access different areas of the world. Like, for example, I'm going to the desert, which I'm not going to, well, I guess where I'm going is actually an arid place. It's not a semi-arid, it's arid, and it's kind of harsh. But once the forest is built, it won't be as harsh, or even started and going. But anyways, opens up paths to build and do stuff in places once not even imagined to be possible. And I plan on planting in a way that even when you stop irrigation, it continues on and you can still do regenerative grazing and whatnot. That way I can just literally build out literally the desert into a forest. Kind of like what they're doing in Africa and what they're doing in China. Similar concepts, mixing with also, I'm fairly sure the Hopi and the Navajo out, and also a few other native tribes. I got the other ones that are out in the desert areas. They have a few permaculture principles as well that they've been working on and incorporating. And what's cool about the desert is, as I explained earlier, you can use things like earth tubes, which if you can manage to run just straight ones and not have really many, if any, elbows in them, they're easy to clean. And if you're worried about filtration, just slap a fan, HEPA, and carbon filter on that thing. And all of a sudden, your home is heated and cooled by the sun through hardly any electricity in a solar panel. Obviously, this gets a little more complicated the bigger you get. But I plan on building a bunch of relatively kind of small little earth huts. Talking like 12 by 16 to like, I don't know, like 16 by 30, 16 by 24. I might eventually build a little bit bigger than that for personal reasons, for myself, for family, for live-in workers, for friends, whatever. But I plan on having like a short-term business through it, and then obviously all the hobbies I like to do will be built into my land, so then I can throw events, rent out ability to use, have ponds that you can fish in, swim. Well, swimming might be only me and special guests. I don't know if I'm gonna I may have like one pond for the short-term rental area or something, but it'll be in like Bortle 1, Bortle 2, no, probably closer to Bortle 1 skies. You're talking about seeing like the Milky Way just raw at night if it's, you know, not cloudy. Slap some decent telescopes down as well. In a clean way to separate everything as well, so like any kind of heavy metal issues, you can recycle that differently, compost it differently. Effluent and waste from humans and animals be dealt with in a more in a cleaner way than a septic system. Septic systems are decent, but you're still allowing pharmaceuticals and forever chemicals and other things to seep into the ground and then possibly back into the aquifer. I plan on utilizing evaporation pond techniques. So, and then taking the effluent that could be contaminated with those kind of things and just taking it to the compost. But I know I had somebody ask why I would waste the water and not let it go to the aquifer. I'm like, well, I don't want my evaporation pond, it's going to be small, don't want it to get flooded when it rains or snows, so it's going to have a hood over it, and I'll create a hood that when it condensates and evaporates, it'll stream down the hood and into the ground. But this way, any human waste effluent from the short-term rental, because I plan on eventually having a biodigester set up and using the methane from the biodigester to heat cooking apparatuses for the huts, possibly heating or warming water, but we'll see. And then, but the problem with that is it actually creates quite a bit of effluent in the terms of liquid waste due to flushing and whatnot. So it needs to be able to go to, after the biodigester, go to a effluent pond, evaporation pond basically, where it can evaporate, and then that way it can also scrape out the effluent quarterly, half yearly, yearly, whatever, and take it into an actual landfill where it's buried and secured forever. Forever, for the forever chemicals. Which I don't even think, I don't have any. I won't necessarily have any. Maybe the animals that I have, but I plan on trying to go the route of as minimal vaccines and antibiotics as possible. Same thing with myself. So me personally, I don't think I'll have any forever chemicals really. The only thing I'll have is THC, which actually there is a version of the THC molecule that does have a relatively long half-life in water. Does not break down in water very well at all. And it actually takes certain like cleaning. Usually UV is what it needs to treat it specifically. But if it goes into soil, it breaks down in half-life is I think 3 months. So it's done in 6 months. But yeah, THC is actually, that's one thing that my ecological, unfortunately, when you start going down the pros and cons and you want to talk about ecological harm or just being able to harm other people and whatnot through forever compounds, THC, unfortunately, as much as I love the plant, THC itself, the CBDs don't have this problem or anything like that. THC itself and its derivatives are kind of caustic to a lot of organisms. They don't break down very well. They actually kind of harm certain bacterias and enzymes, molds, and stuff like that in the ground. If you try growing vegetables with compost created from THC cannabis plants, so like their stalks or their leaves or even their buds or their seeds, it's been shown that people get a certain type of toxicity and get very sick from those vegetables and that food that's being grown. So when you grow THC, unfortunately, this is another reason why, besides the psychoactive reasons, which I argue against, but is another reason why they do actually have some reason to differentiate hemp from hot cannabis, I guess, or cannabis from hot cannabis, because THC actually doesn't break down as easily, and it needs to be composted in certain ways, and it needs to be separated from certain things, unfortunately. But at the same damn time, people use human sludge effluent and human sludge compost to put in their fields and grow vegetables and fruit trees and stuff. So I mean, but yeah, I don't advise using either. Avoid both. But yeah, so I would obviously, so you have the THC, but the other thing is, without in the desert, and just depending, you can run into certain heavy metals problems, plus just what's in the soil, obviously, and bedrock could easily be 5, 6, 7 feet down or so. Or they start a really hard bedrock, and there can be a lot of different things in there. And you have the well and runoff, but the well I should have fairly decent. But you also have like dirt bikes and stuff like that. The plan basically is to use hemp, sunflowers as bioextractors in places that heavy like dirt bike and stuff used, I plan on almost digging out and lining, creating almost like a pond to an extent with clay, but not a pond, and then just filling it back with sand and whatnot, and then planting, basically interplanting willows, and I forgot what the type of willow. There's like something willow that grows out in the desert. It's not technically a willow, but that's what it's called, and it actually functions very similarly. But what willows do is they actually bioaccumulate, which means they hold on to and stabilize areas. So wherever their roots are, they basically create almost like a nest to hold in various minerals, heavy metals, foster ecosystems for bacteria, enzymes, or fungi, and other parameters. So utilizing bioholders to hold any kind of oil spills or rubber or exhaust and other things from motorcycles on top of native, or there's these desert sunflowers that actually the tubers I think are edible, but I wouldn't eat these tubers because they're designed to clean and bioaccumulate heavy metals and toxins. But you can take them and then keep all that, and you could compost that with the THC stuff as and in a special compost bin that also will be kind of, I plan on digging out a trench and then just layering it almost kind of like a sand ferro bio sand or bio ferro sand filter with layers of clay separating each layer. That way it seeps very, very slowly, and I'm able to plant stuff around this compost area to help also obviously extract it and hold it and stuff like that. Let's see. No! Get away from me! I don't have any magic yet, or like, how does that work? Oh, it's just, oh yeah, I don't have any projectile magic yet. I have lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Oh, damn it. Oh, what the hell? I can't even like hit anybody with it. What the fuck is going on? Level up, baby. There we go. Where did the weapon go? What the fuck? What kind of bullshit is this? Ow. That wasn't nice. Like, seriously, it's not even doing anything. I can't electrocute people? What is this? What's the point of this? I don't understand. I don't understand. Alright. Just die, barbarian. There we go. Alright, delete that. That's not what I want. Alright, am I missing anything over here? Nope. Alright, resume in the game. I am getting hungry, the dogs are getting agitated. I think after this boss, after I get through the boss of this realm, we're gonna log off for the day. Man, it's just stacking cash on me though. I remember it being like this when I played on other accounts. Oh, other characters on this account. I don't know if there's some kind of multiplier that goes on for beaten stages or hard mode stages beat. I don't fucking know. I got no clue. Boom. Alright, come on. I want to use, like, I want to see if the electricity is actually worth the shit, is it? Or should I just, like, not put anything into magic? I imagine there's, like, an electricity ball, right? That would be useful, I'd imagine. Almost to the boss. Hell yeah, boss time, y'all. Boom. Oh, no. Ow. Boom. Take him out. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we gotta block the punches. Get out of the zone of these, I don't know, audience, I guess. That way I can actually see. Head's getting in my way. Oof. Ow. Level up, baby. Boom. Done for. Hell yeah. Open that bitch. Let's go. What up, hottie? I enjoy me a good ginger from now and again. Well, we gotta see what the magic is like, right? And we gotta have at least a bolt. And we need some defense, strength, agility, maybe a little more strength, maybe a little more defense. Yeah, I want to see what this magic is. Okay, okay, we got an electric ball. I like it. Oh yeah. Can I? Does this actually do something now? No, still not doing shit. All right. We need to find somebody to raid. Does anybody have any suggestions? Is Dez streaming today? I do not know. Let's go check. Not look like she's streaming on Rumble at the moment. She's streaming on Kick. Where is Kick? Right here? It is right here. Okay. Streaming on Kick. She is not. Alright, so I suppose we need to find somebody on Rumble. If anybody has any suggestions, I am open, so let me know. Let's see. I don't know. Hasn't been. It's been a while. It's been months. Been months and months. Been talking about a little bit of everything while also gaming. So I mean, we could go into a lot of different categories. Like I said, if anybody has any suggestions, just drop them in the chat. I kind of want to hit somebody new that I've never hit before, but and again, I also don't want to leave you astray. All right. Oh, let's see. Did I turn that on for y'all or turn it off for y'all? Oh, did I? I don't know. Let's see. What do we got? Is this worth it? I don't know. Seems interesting. Oh, they're talking about sports and sports betting. Fuck it. We gotta get to some normies. There's some of us in the normie stacks. There always is. We gotta find them. We gotta find the Elemental Nation people. Go raid. Shout out to them. Switch it to Rumble. Oh, I can't do it from there. Okay, never mind. Do it from here. Oh yeah, I gotta plug my keyboard back in. Duh. I totally forgot about that. Alright. Oh, they're talking about conspiracies though. I don't know if it's sports or not, but definitely talking conspiracies. I like it. Definitely sports though. Oh, that's not what I want either. Oh yeah, I didn't have a keyboard. Duh. Alright, I boomed it enough today. Here you go. Go check these guys out. Tell them what's good. Appreciate all of y'all. Have a wonderful week. Start your Monday off right. Peace.